I decided to volunteer because I wanted to add value, and I also wanted to do my part in raising the kids for greatness.
For me, I saw it as a way of giving back to the community, and I also noticed the dearth in the educational sector, and primary school is a good place to start.
I particularly like the opportunity to do something out of my normal working routine and also to give back to my society because I have a passion for young children.
The induction of volunteers is in 3 aspects. The first area we look at is psychology of learning. First and foremost, to understand the children. How do they learn? What motivates them? So having covered that, we look at the content itself. How do we prepare and deliver effective lessons? And then lastly, we help them leverage on technology for planning and delivery of their content.
I had some doubts as to whether to take on this. But the training, first of all, they made it such that you didn't have to think so much before you did this. The training material were there.
The induction helped, it gave me an idea of what I should anticipate in the class, the reaction of the pupils, the way they talk, what they expect of me, and things like that.
My experience so far on my job, I'll tell you that it's been really positive. This opportunity has actually afforded me to be able to meet more people, and then usually when you meet people, you want to tell them about your experience at the schools. So I've had like more talking points on my job.
I think after that experience, it was easier for me to sit down with my own son. I have a 8-year-old son now, and 2 younger ones. And it's I think from that, it was easier for me to sit down with my little kids and actually help them through their homework. And so I think it's been personal even at the home level. It has been very interesting even at the home level, yeah.
I would like you for EA to do better on the reporting side, and I'd say why. I would expect that the monitoring and the evaluation should be a lot better, in the sense that you want to track the difference between when volunteers started, what the improvement has been so far. You want to track that. So I'd expect that the reporting can be improved on.
What I would just say is probably expand the scope beyond just math and English. So I know on my own, I try to infuse some things like guidance counseling, like career talks, but I think that should be part of the curriculum.
When I discuss with people that I'm volunteering to teach in a public school, like, does that happen? How did you get about it? How did you know about it? So I think there should be more awareness. I think there should be a lot more campaign around this, and that it's just 1 hour. It doesn't have to be any more than 1 hour a week, and that 1 hour makes a lot of difference.
My best experience will have to be, there was a time when I mentioned to the pupils that I needed them to create a schedule of what they were going to do after school. So I was trying to motivate them to be more intentional about their plan for the day. But they actually did, and I was pleasantly impressed. I made it clear to their headmistress that this was a good sign. I liked the fact that they took that part of the work seriously.
It was just interesting to see how the students' confidence had changed when I started, how they had improved on doing their assignments, trying to remember the things that they've been taught in school. So yeah, I think that's my favorite, or that's my most exciting experience.
I was particularly impressed with the kids because I had a different mindset of what I thought I would see in a public primary school. But the kids were very different from what I thought. One, I saw people that were quite intelligent, and I saw that they had big dreams.
I had a fantastic experience with them, and it's an eye-opener to know that they are so eager to learn. They appreciate the affirmative words, They want to hear you say, oh, that's fantastic, that's a great answer you've given. There's no stupid answer in this class. Everybody knows something. It's eye-opening. I think there's a lot to be done. There's still a lot of opportunities in that area to help pupils.
When I realized that I have made an impact was when I saw the growing confidence of some of the pupils in the class. There was a particular case of a boy. The boy suffered from albinism. He would not say anything in class. He would not look at the board. He would not even write. And I realized that I took particular interest in the boy, and before I finished the program, he started to talk, he started to read, and then he started to write. I was glad to see that. I would say to an individual or an organization on the fence about the U4E program, you have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain by introducing these kids to a different world. I chose to teach for change.
Whatever we're doing, we have to always think about the next generation, and this is an opportunity to invest in them.
They are still very young. We can make an impression. So I work as an accountant, and I also started as a student in primary, this and this, and they see you and they are motivated. They know they can also make a mark in life. And I think if organizations take this up and then send their employees to volunteer, it tells a different story entirely.
If I had the opportunity to tell people to do this, I would of course tell them to go ahead.